would make my father so happy to see that he is being remembered in this way. So many words have been said about what a brilliant scientist he was, how much he saved this country, and I recognize that, and of course he did, but he was also an amazing human being, and he was a wonderful father. And I actually want to talk a little bit about that more than what he has done for the country, because the two things are connected. What he was for the people of Pakistan, he was also for us. He encouraged me and my sister to do whatever we wanted in life, to pursue our education. Education for him, as you all know, was very, very important. And he wanted us to achieve everything that we could. I remember people used to come to him and say, "Oh, Dr. Saab, you have no sons, this must be so sad for you." My father always said, "No, there's no difference between a son, there's no difference between a daughter. What my daughters achieve, I am as proud of. They could do no more for me than a son ever could." And I've always felt that with him. The last few years, after house arrest, we had a very difficult time as a family, my father especially. And the love of the people of Pakistan is what kept him going. I said before in another event that when my father was hospitalized in Karachi in 2006, he was not allowed to meet anybody, he was not allowed to see anybody. But the people used to come to the grounds of the hospital, Abdul hospital in Karachi, and they used to just sit there and they used to hold up banners for him. They used to bring flowers for him. And that's what gave him the strength to keep fighting and to keep going on. And over the years, that has repeatedly been what has kept him going. Yesterday, we were looking at photographs of my family, and we were looking at the last holiday that we took together, and I think it was in 2003. And we never realized it would be the last holiday that we would be allowed to take together. And after that, of course, when he was put under house arrest, those things stopped. I was not allowed to see him for 1 year. After house arrest, I was living abroad, they would not let me come back to see him. My sister was not allowed to see him for weeks, even though she lived in Islamabad. I think those were regrets that my father had, that he had so many projects, he still wanted to carry on so much humanitarian work. He got involved in setting up the Dr. Khan Hospital Trust in Lahore, which we are inshallah going to carry on in his name. But he did so many projects and he helped so many people. But he was not able to do everything that he wanted to do. His wish was that he would be able to visit Makkah Sharif one more time to perform Umrah. He was never allowed to do that. And he hoped, and he was still talking right up until the time that he passed away, that his name would be cleared, that he would be given permission, that he would be given freedom, that he would be allowed to do the things he wanted to do, to meet the people that he wanted to meet. After his passing, we have had visitors, condolence visits from people who worked with him at Kahuta who were not able to see him or us for 20 years. You can imagine how that was for my father. The people were family to him and he was not allowed to see them. And I know that's why the Lawyers Association, the Bar Association was very close to his heart, because you were all fighting for him. You were all taking up for the situation that it was him in, and for that I know that he was grateful and he loved you all for that. And for that reason I wanted to come here personally and thank you on behalf of the family and from him, and hope that we carry his name forward and that he will live on both as my father and as a Muslim like I said. Thank you.
Before I ask Hafiz Liaquat Kambo